Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting GPT tutorial from Achibo Clinical, where we're equipping you with the tools to transform clinical research. I'm Ayana, your guide through the world of clinical trials, and today we're unlocking the ultimate clinical research toolbox. Your one-stop shop for setting up and managing clinical research sites anywhere on the globe. From bustling cities to remote villages, this toolbox has you covered. We're talking site assessment, regulatory compliance, staff training, and so much more. It's like having a seasoned clinical research expert by your side every step of the way. But before we jump into the demo, make sure to stick around till the end. We've got some incredible bonuses and insider tips that you won't want to miss. So let's get started and discover how the ultimate clinical research toolbox can streamline your operations and take your research to new heights.
Hello everyone, welcome to another GPT tutorial from Achibo Clinical. Today we are exploring the ultimate clinical research toolbox. It is a comprehensive resource for clinical research operations with global site management tools and motivational insights. Let's begin with our first question. Before starting, I am Tengumuna. I'm the founder of Achibo Clinical and delighted to share this incredible tool with you. We will start with a question and then refine it further. And there are going to be areas that we're going to be exploring in how to set up, manage, and run a clinical trial site anywhere on the planet. And I will start by grabbing the first question, which is how do I set up a clinical research site? And let's go in here and pop it in the chat. And then it gives you the assessment, identifying the location, assess local infrastructure, regulatory and compliance setup, obtain necessary licenses. This toolbox is for anyone who wants to set up a clinical research site anywhere, just to reiterate. And these are the tools that you would need if you want to set up a clinical research site. And then let us move on to the next part, which is what are the key steps for setting up a clinical research site in a rural area with limited infrastructure. And let's see how we can do that. So we type that in, and then it tells us the key steps: site assessment and feasibility, infrastructure setup, communication and technology, and all the points that are in there. Based on where you are with your site setup, you can take each item further, refine it, and get additional responses. Let us move on to the next question, which is staff training and cross-training. How do I train my staff for clinical trials? And let us go here and put it in our ultimate clinical research toolbox. And it gives you detailed steps, all the different roles at your clinical research site. You have to understand roles and responsibilities, provide GCP training, role-specific training modules. And in a case like this, depending on what stage I am, if it's just the beginning, I can even have it create site training SOPs for me as well. That's something that you can do. You can have the SOPs fine-tuned in such a way that they are per role. You can have SOPs or standard operating procedures for your site. These are standalone related to your site. And then, of course, you can have those also related to a specific clinical trial based on what the expectations are. Let us move on to the next refined question, which is what cross-training strategies can I use to prepare a small clinical research team to handle multiple roles at a rural clinical research site? As we know, the mighty study coordinators tend to wear different hats. If you're a principal investigator setting up a site or you have a research nurse, you can use this question to better understand how to help them be a great manager or multitasker at your clinical research site. And here we are. That's exactly what you can do to ensure that your study coordinator or clinical research nurse is successful at managing multiple trials. Let us move on to the next question. I think this will be the last one for this demo. Regulatory setup for research sites. How do I ensure my research site is compliant with local regulations? You have to understand local regulatory frameworks. And of course, research local requirements, identify required approvals, consult local experts, secure ethical approvals. That's also important. And then, of course, you have to adhere to international standards for conducting clinical trials. And it gives you the steps. This is a short tutorial, and I hope that you got some ideas for this. The purpose of this tool is to help you to set up, to manage a clinical research site anywhere in the world. As a principal investigator or an entrepreneur who wants to own a clinical research site, this will be a great tool for you because it will provide you a step-by-step guide on how to actually do so. And I thank you guys for listening, and I will see you in the next tutorial.
Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the ultimate clinical research toolbox. I hope this tutorial has shed light on how this powerful tool can revolutionize your clinical research site operations. Ready to take the next step? Head over to our Linktree for a free in-depth guide to the toolbox. And while you're there, be sure to check out our Achibo Clinical AI Solutions section, where you'll find the ultimate clinical research toolbox waiting to transform your research. Until next time, stay curious, stay innovative, and remember, where diversity meets innovation in clinical trials, Achibo Clinical is here to support you.